What does it mean when we alienate people who have different theology or viewpoint among us? How do we create a safe space for the most vulnerable among us, within us, and around us? If you are able to stay for this conversation, I want to hear from you about the history of becoming open and affirming. Your memories of what it was like in 1993, if you were here, and how it has manifested since. If you weren't here in 1993, we want to hear from you about what it means to continue to uphold this sacred covenant of open and affirming, where we create a safe community for the most vulnerable among us. We come to communities with different values, different beliefs, opinions, and sometimes we think we know what it means to be faithful to God. We think we've figured it out. We can learn from one another how to be present to each other, how to listen deeply, how to listen to the strength and wisdom of vulnerability. When we are feeling vulnerable or someone among us is in pain, the best thing, and sometimes the only thing to do, is to be present to it. Not to make meaning about why it happened, not to compare your own grief or vulnerability with theirs, but to show up, to make space, to listen deeply. My friend who was feeling hurt this week decided that there was a big difference between shutting down, protecting her pain, and opening up her heart to feel her vulnerability and to touch it and to live from that place, to let it guide her, to not let the power of others stifle her beautiful, shining life force, but to open her heart, to feel and send love. So who are the vulnerable among us? Who are we called to be a voice to when they are voiceless? Let us strive together to remind each other that the vulnerable around us, within us, and among us is the most powerful. And here, on Super Bowl Sunday, we lift that up together.